Welcome everybody to the Vic Hugo Show. Crazy, crazy week. So I hate to be the guy who says I told you so, but I told you so. American people have spoken, and the result. I know it may not seem like it. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." Blah blah blah. But trust me, this was a better choice. And we're gonna get down to why, right? Why he was a better choice, and we're gonna talk about a lot of the stuff that's going on right now that you guys need to know about. That goes suppressed, that is not out there, and I gotta show you. So first off, we're gonna start with the party of unity, the party of peace, the party of bringing people together, and that's what they say. But
the Democratic Party's destroyed itself trying to destroy Trump. And the more they resist, the worse it gets. Everything they're resisting, the majority of the country backs. And all the tactics that they used are so dirty and unconstitutional that they've turned Trump into a folk hero for surviving and winning. Since they can't stop us, we're not invited to Thanksgiving.
How do we move forward when we know there are people have people in their families who voted for him? They work with people who voted for him. They live next to people who voted for him. How should we deal with those neighbors, co-workers, family members?
Do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
It's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me.
Unity, huh? So now, trust me, and one thing about like my friends, family, and I appreciate is we have that respect to where it's like, you believe that, cool. But when we're together, it's like it means nothing. But I know there is a lot of families out there that are not like that, And honestly, I did lose some friends towards it, which, in a way, it's good. Like everything has its way of working out. You know what I mean? But one thing I would say is, come on, like political views stopping you from meeting with your people, with your families for the holidays. Like, come on. And the fact that these people are out there telling you to is like, aren't you guys the party of unity? I think they forgot that.
What's the most insane experience you've had with some of these libbies out here? Because I see people come attack you, man. And
we got a lot of crazy stuff. The craziest still, this is undefeated, was when Candace Owens and I got run out of a restaurant in Philadelphia.
What happened?
We were having breakfast in Philadelphia. She lived in Philadelphia at the time, and it was like her favorite breakfast place. We went in there, 7 a.m. right as it opened. And as it opened, I was like, hey, Candace, those guys over there, I think they're part of Antifa. The night before was an all-night anti-cop protest. And it was like, okay. So we're having our meal, and we look out the window. Within like 20 minutes, there were like 200 people out there protesting us.
So Antifa just showed up to protest us eating breakfast.
They come into the restaurant, they start screaming at us, they drive us out of the restaurant, all these cops had to be mobilized.
A call because we're eating breakfast and we happen to be conservative.
Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your capitalist breakfast.
4, 5, 6! Bourgeoisie! White supremacy! White supremacy! Get that out of my face. Don't let that touch me. I'm not kidding.
That still is undefeated as one of the craziest campus experiences. I mean, not campus, just experiences in general. Man.
Wow.
Party of unity. So I don't know. I know, like, I'm coming from a Democratic city, and my family has always been Democratic, and I was Democratic, or part of the Democratic Party for so long. But there's a shift going on right now. To the parties are just changing. The Democratic Party is changing for something that I don't think you know what it represents.
All right, but you ain't a black gonna be in the office, and his white is gonna be out. We're taking the trash out, loser. All right, we're in power now.
Have a nice day.
You have a wonderful day on the 5th, okay? You're gonna lose.
Okay.
And your leader,
Okay.
your cult leader.
Bye-bye.
You dumb.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a mother slave. I swear to God, if you idiots elect that demented man, I will this whole place to the ground.
Huge, because look, it's not these people's fault. It really isn't. It's been years and years of fear mongering from the Democratic Party. Okay, but I guess there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because the Republican Party has always been known to be like for the rich, and they're the evil guy, the boogeyman, you know. But this is where it all changed, and it has changed. And this is when it all started to happen. Before I even show anything, I want to say they are trying so hard to make it seem like we're divided. We're divided, you know, Trump against, you know, whatever. But I honestly don't think we are. I mean, Trump won the popular vote. He won the electoral vote. He pretty much wiped the floor with the Democratic Party. 86% to 13%. That doesn't really seem too divided to me. Divided would be like 50-50, you know, 60-40, I'll give you that. But we don't seem too many divided, and I'm glad, just because, I mean, people are starting to wake up to where it's not about red or blue, it's about ideals. It's about, and look, a lot of people are like, oh, well, abortion, women's rights. I'm not going to touch on that because I'm a man, first of all. I mean, I don't think men should be giving their 2 cents in on that. But there is a lot of misinformation on that. Like, he's not getting rid of abortions, he just brought it down to the states. So the states get to decide what to do. If you don't agree with what your state is, you know, proposing, or where they stand, then you should change your leadership. You know, your vote does count. Vote for your governor, for, you know, your city officials, for everybody else that's gonna make the rules up for your state. Has nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with Trump. And if you're a man out there, dude, just this is not your conversation. Step your way out of it. And I see a man like, oh, my daughter's rights, and it's like, if you really care about that, then you would really do your homework. Kamala in office would have been men in the girls' restrooms, men playing in women's sports. So what about your daughter's rights then? Why is this abortion part is more important than that? I mean, to where right now you would be dealing with them going against men in sports, going to a restroom and a man being in there. You see what I'm saying? So there's some hypocrisy there. But I can pinpoint exactly when I saw the Republican Party becoming the party of the people. And this is when.
Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Christian Welker here, do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, I mean, Christian, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go. Mr. Ramos, this is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to
That's how we unite this
Governor
country.
Christie. Why you?
That smile, a smile of evil, a smile of don't know what to say to that, because it's true. It is true. And I'm so glad that that moment kind of sparked a lot of stuff in people's minds, because it led to this moment. It led to Donald Trump becoming the 47th president. And look, he even put Vivek and Elon together to create Doge, which is going to pretty much see how the money is being spent. It's going to call out the corruption in the FBI, the CIA. It's another established group that's going to be doing the work that we should have been doing a long time ago. Okay? But the key word here is media. Okay? Because the media plays a big role in this. Right? What's the famous quote? The revolution will not be televised. And it won't, because the media won't allow it. The media is owned by most of the politicians, or the people that control the politicians, which we saw MSNBC trash Trump, CNN trash Trump, trash all these Elon Musk, trash all these people that are trying to help the country. Okay, so with that, a new media rose from it.
And here's how we got beat. We got beat because the Republicans and the conservatives built a different media system that had to do with online, had to do with podcasts, had to do with streaming platforms, and they were spending their money there. We were laughing at them and knocking on doors in Philadelphia and Detroit. It's like, there's no Trump people. They're not dropping literature. They're not knocking on doors.
Well, in fact, it was laughing like, oh, Elon Musk and Charlie Kirk with their PACs don't know what they're doing.
We were making fun of Donald Trump for having thrown away his ground game and doing some weird stuff online. We thought that they were idiots. It turned out we were the idiots. We woke up in a body bag because while we were knocking on doors, they were making these phones into 24-hour-a-day political weapons for themselves. And so we got outflanked, outplayed, outbeat by people who told us the whole time that they...
So I'm good to see. What I would recommend for everybody out there is ditch CNN, ditch the Fox News, ditch the MSNBC. It's like, you can, see it, but don't go based off their opinions, because that's the biggest bullshit that there is out there. The biggest. And a lot of people make their decisions based off it. So look at it, but then look at the independent media, the real journalism that's going on. There's a lot of good people out there. I mean, Joe Rogan, very good podcast, very informative podcast. Charlie Kirk, very informative podcast. PVD, I would say probably my favorite, just super informative. Yes, there is some bias towards it, but they always give it to you real. They always give you the 100% truth. And I would recommend any of those podcasts for anybody else. I think the biggest thing that played, though, right, was policies, because Kamala was like, oh, Donald Trump is bad, bad, bad. He's going to take, Social Security. And it's like, dude, answer the fucking question. And she couldn't. So I think policy made a big difference here. She was not able to talk on policy. He was. And guess what? He's back.
Mr. Holman, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, go through the port of entry, do the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
I love it. I love the leadership. That is leadership. That is going to be the new border czar, and I love to see him back. 300,000 children missing in the Kamala Biden administration. And I mean, dude, we don't really got to get into the immigration part. We see everything that's going on. So people are going to start like, oh, you're against immigration. No, I'm not against immigration. I'm not. Immigration is needed in this country. It is. Countless books explain how. But this is not the way to do it. Definitely not. And I'm glad to have him, Donald Trump, back. And look, he's already bringing in he's already setting up people that are going to be perfect for the jobs that they're going to be doing. Him being one of them. I mean, okay, it was him, and then after him was this. Okay, you tell me who you think is better.
Ms. Marcos, can I just start with you? You testified a moment ago to Senator Butler that every child gets a Know Your Rights presentation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is that before or after you release them to labor traffickers?
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation as well as...
Have you read these New York Times reports? These stories, the series of stories the New York Times has done on the children who are in your care? Have you read them?
Yes, I have.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not giving meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of there, bro. Get the fuck out of there. What about these young girls that are being sex slaved? What about them? Do we care about their bodies? This is the big issue, and the hypocrisy is real on the left. Okay, because this is real. All this is real, man. This was stuff that was going on, and everybody wants to turn a blind eye to it because Donald Trump talks ugly to people. Get him out of there. Border czar coming through. Vivek, Elon. This dude is literally bringing in the Avengers here.
One of the things I'm excited about with President Trump winning is because of the people that he's chosen to surround himself with. Number one, as Charlie said, there are no lobbyists for big pharma and big insurance sitting on the transition team to pick who is going to fill his cabinet. That's a huge difference from any previous administration from either party.
Yeah, they're the biggest lobbyists.
You've got Bobby Kennedy, who is sitting in position and already starting to choose people who recognize how broken our sick care system is and bring about the deeply, the systemic change that we need to see that will actually put our health and well-being first. That's not just about pushing pills on people to make Big Pharma richer, but actually dealing with the root causes of why our country is so sick and how we can improve life for the American people.
Tulsi's exactly right. One of the reasons, not the only reason, we spend more per capita on healthcare is that we're actively poisoning our kids in what we put in their cereal, in their food, and the corporations are poisoning us. Donald Trump putting Bobby Kennedy into the administration and on the transition team will be one of the greatest steps forward in protecting American health.
Assemble. It's good to see, man. It's good to see. And I know a lot of people are pissed off about it still, so they can't really see clear. But to me, this is good. It's good for our country. And then we're gonna have some guy or some girl, oh, how are you gonna do it? Tariffs? Like, bro, people are just angry right now, and I get it. But everything that's happening right now, you may not see it, but it's going to be for the best. It's going to be for the best. Okay? Yeah, I just showed you clips of Democrats don't know what the fuck they're doing. Not only that, but their ideals are so fucking far off that it's like, bro, this ain't the America that we want. And we clearly spoke about it. 86% to 13%. That ain't divided. That's us telling you this is not the way we want to go. Now here's a weird thing. Okay, and this is how about the corrupted way that they are. Okay? So voter ID. Voter ID is like, come on. Like, to vote, you need an ID, or else anybody else would vote, right? So then, of course, they try to cheat and, oh, you don't need ID to vote. You don't need ID to vote. Of course, not everybody did it, right? There were certain states that decided to go that route. But isn't it weird that it was mainly the state with no ID that she won? Coincidence? Not a coincidence. Another reason they lost. I couldn't get behind this. House Democrats voted no on the Parents' Bill of Rights. For parents deciding what their kids are learning in school, to be informed. How, like, the fact that this stuff is out there that we have to even, like, what? Of course parents should be involved on what the hell's going on in their parents' schools. Of course, if your kid is trying to get a sex change, you should tell the parents, not keep a secret with the teacher. Like, it's crazy to me. Some of us are going with this. Like, when we're kids, you don't keep secrets with anybody, right? That was the why would people say that? Because it was usually somebody trying to molest you or some bullshit like that. And now it's okay. I don't know what happened, guys, but some of y'all need to go. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. But I'm glad we persevered this as a country. Misinformation is real. We see it. The biggest fucking scam is because how stupid they think we are, right? Oh, we're gonna give you Beyonce. We're gonna give you Oprah. We're gonna give you Leo DiCaprio. We're gonna give you all this. Listen to them. They know what's going on. The crazy part to me is, if supposedly Donald Trump is for the rich, all those people I just mentioned are fucking millionaires, maybe even billionaires. Why wouldn't they be voting for Trump if Trump is for the rich? It's for them. Oh, because they believe in human rights. They believe in all that. Yeah. Diddy party. Yeah. This Donald Trump brings us Vivek, Elon Musk, real people trying to make change, trying to change the world. And Kamala is bringing you this.
Still hard to believe this wasn't a winning strategy.
Oh, and Cardi B. Oh, I guess, fuck, we fucked up. Cardi B is voting Kamala, so we should, come on, people.
What's your biggest takeaway from this election?
Oh, the biggest takeaway from this election is that the Democratic Party think black folks are stupid because they went and got the worst entertainers to talk to us. They went and got the lowest vibration of our black women to come talk to us. They didn't get no upstanding sister to talk to us, from Cardi B, Kelly Rowland. Homie, they didn't go get nobody. They would have got all entertainers who shake their ass and pop. So it has showed me that our black entertainers are puppets, and not only they puppets, nigga, they lapdogs, they bootlickers, and they hypocritical because the police shooters, wrongful convictions, women being abused. What about the sister that got killed in Mexico by her friends?
Yeah.
Homie, they never speak out on nothing until the politicians go get them during the presidential election. Why don't they ever come out during the local election? We don't even know what Beyonce sound like if she ain't singing. So they don't never talk to us other than that. Cardi B go from
so glad that Latino men and black men came out to vote, and we were the biggest difference this election. And I'm glad because I'm glad that we stood up and we weren't gonna take this bullshit. Now, to everybody out there that's still kind of like pissed off or whatever, do your research. The Democratic Party is not what you think it is. It's been a big shift. There's a shift going on right now. It's not about rich, it's not about poor. It's about ideals. If the party you're supporting doesn't even know what a woman is, you should think, hey, why am I supporting this party? I'm not against transgenders. If you want to be transgender, do what you gotta do in your life. If you feel you need to do that to be happy, do it. Fucking do it. Just keep children out of it. Keep children out of it. I don't want to see you in the fucking women's restroom. I don't want to see, like, come on. This is stuff that it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But it's over. We won. Moving on. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight this Friday. Super looking forward to that. And in Netflix special they were talking about. Oh, well, they have. I don't know if anybody's seen it, right? But in Netflix they have like a countdown to it, which was pretty badass. Me personally, I liked it a lot. Just because, you have the 24/7. Like, I'm a big boxing fan, right? The 24/7. Showtime would always do that before a fight, like Mayweather and Pacquiao. Like, it was so cool. So they didn't have that, or to my knowledge, they didn't have that back then when Tyson was fighting. So we didn't really get to see like a 24/7 Mike Tyson. And I know he's in his 60s, but it's cool to see it now. And there's this part where they go back to where he grew up, and he like sees a guy's like, you robbed me when I was 12. Like, it's cool, and you could see just where he comes from. And I don't know, I've always been a Mike Tyson fan, but I became a bigger fan then because you kind of see his roots, you kind of see him in a way that you don't regularly see him. I've also been a big supporter of Jake Paul since the get-go. And I am really excited about this fight. The only two things that I don't want to happen: I don't want Mike Tyson to get knocked out, and I don't want Jake Paul to get knocked out. I don't, because ultimately I think he is a draw, and if this goes good, we would see him against Canelo. And believe it or not, I want to see that fight. And I don't know, blame, boxing for not having enough stars right now, or people that, have big draws, or that they don't give us the fights that we want. But I do want to see that Canelo Jake Paul, especially if this last one is, or this next one is close. I do want to see that. But my prediction, I still haven't decided, to be honest with you. I gotta go Tyson, bro. I know he, like, in an interview he says he doesn't care about legacy. He doesn't see it affecting his legacy, but I think it will. I think it will affect somehow in a negative way. So I think he has more to lose than if Jake Paul loses. So I'm gonna go Tyson. Tyson full distance. I hope that's how it ends. Another big head-to-head that we have coming up tomorrow: Eagles Commanders for the NFC East. It's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a fucking a shootout. I think it's gonna be a shootout. It's a high-scoring game, and I'm an Eagle fan. I am, but I think Commanders might take this one. We have more to lose, definitely, because our schedule gets harder after this, right? We got the Ravens, we got the Rams. Their schedule gets easier. They got the Cowboys and probably, fucking El Paso High School. No, I'm just kidding. They have the Cowboys and somebody else, I forgot. But it is an easier schedule. So them beating us would set them up to win the division. I hope we win, but they have momentum right now. Even though they lost to the Steelers last week, I think that game was just there. Like, and anybody could have won that game. And we've been blowing over. We've been the Giants, the Cowboys. We just put them to the side. So I think they're a little more tested coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to choose the fucking Commanders for this game. Just for this game. I think that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching once again. Crazy. Remember, it's just fucking politics. Don't listen to these fucking CNN motherfuckers telling you not to hang out with your fucking family. Hang out with your family. The country's gonna be in good hands moving forward. No need to worry. No one's gonna put us in fucking camps. Like the fact that he even said that. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. We won already. Moving on. Thank you for watching. Peace.